In this video, I'm going to show you integral of a trigonometric function. The integral is integral of dx over 1 minus sine x. At first, it doesn't seem to be a challenging question, but this is not going to be an easy example. This is a little tricky example. I'm going to show you a method here, but there is another method for this integral. That method is Weierstrass substitution. But in this video, our focus is on the substitution method, the normal substitution method. Weierstrass substitution is also a substitution method, but it's a little different than the method that we are going to see in this video. Okay, let's start. For finding this integral, you cannot simply say, okay, I'm going to choose u as the denominator and then I am going to find du. It doesn't work, because if you choose denominator as u, then du would be negative cosine x dx. Derivative of this would be this. Do you have any cosine anywhere? No. So simple substitution doesn't work here. Here you have to do a little algebra and you have to use a little trig identities. And it's not really simple. At first it doesn't come to our mind. It's not really simple. Okay, what we have to do? When I see 1 minus sine, it reminds me 1 minus sine to the 2. If it was, I know it's not, but if it was 1 minus sine to the 2, then we had an identity for this, and it was cosine to the 2. But it's not 1 minus sine to the 2. This is 1 minus only sine. So if you remember from simplifying expressions involving trig expressions, a method for simplifying such expressions was this. Here we have dx over 1 minus sine x. So I'm going to write this first of all as 1 over 1 minus sine x dx. Then I'm going to multiply top numerator and bottom denominator by 1 plus sine x. I know at first it seems very unusual. This example is not simple. The method is unusual. Yes, you are right. But the reason that we do this is that I want to make the denominator, as I said before, 1 minus sine to the 2. Because 1 minus sine, we don't have any identity for that. Now, when we multiply the denominator by denominator, 1 minus sine times 1 plus sine is going to be 1 to the 2, which is 1 minus sine squared x. And the numerator is 1 plus sine x. 1 minus sine to the 2 in the denominator is again cosine squared. So this can be written as 1 plus sine x over cosine squared x dx. Dx, not d theta. Now, when we look at this, attention, this can be written as 1 over cosine to the 2 plus sine x over cosine squared x dx. Please pay attention. So far, we did nothing regarding the substitution. We just used trig identities and we converted this expression, or basically this expression, these are the same, and we converted that to this. All of this is basically working with trig identities and converting that expression to this. Maybe you wonder why we are doing this. Because now we can find the integral of these expressions easily. But before that, maybe you wonder what happened from here to here. Nothing, very simple. 1 over cosine to the 2 plus sine over cosine to the 2. I just separated numerator over denominator. If you do a common denominator here, which denominator are the same, if you add the numerator, it's again same thing here. Now focus on this. 1 over cosine to the 2 is basically secant to the 2. Again, another trig identity. For sine over cosine to the 2, please attention, we have sine over cosine to the 2. For this, you can write it as sine x over cosine x times 1 over cosine x, because cosine times cosine would be again cosine to the 2. What is this? Sine over cosine is tangent x. 1 over cosine x is secant x. So secant x over cosine, sine x over cosine to the 2 can be written as secant x times tangent x. This is tangent, this is secant. So tangent times secant, which I prefer to write not tangent times secant. I prefer to write secant times tan. So only we are using our knowledge from trig identities. And finally, we are ready to find the integral. Integral of secant to the 2 from integral formulas is tangent. And integral of secant times tan is secant x, because the derivative of secant is secant times tan. So integral of secant times tan is secant. As you can see, maybe you ask by yourself, so where is the substitution here? We did no substitution. You are right. In this way that I solved this example, only I used trig identities, and we got this expression, and answer of that integral is this. But because this integral was supposed to be solved with the substitution method, let me show you how you can find the integral of this part, only this, without doing that trig identities with the substitution method. That's another way for finding the integral of sine x over cosine x squared x dx with the substitution method. Let's do a substitution. And of course the answer would be this, but we use substitution. We choose u as cosine x, the denominator, not all of the denominator, just cosine. Then du would be negative sine x dx. Because sometimes for a student, the reason I am showing you is this, sine over cosine to the 2. It's not really easy to write it as secant x times tangent x. So maybe this is better way for finding that integral. This is more normal. Let's do the substitution. So we choose not all of the denominator as u, just cosine x. So let me rewrite this denominator a little better. So cosine to the 2. If we choose u as cosine x, so we have u to the 2 in the denominator. Don't forget sine x in numerator. And dx is, if we solve this for dx, from here dx is du over negative sine. So times du over negative sine. This sign with that sign cancels, so we have negative du over u to the 2. Integral of du over u to the 2 is basically integral of u to the negative 2 du. We move u to the 2 to the numerator. And this can be written as u to the negative 1 over negative 1 plus c. We integrate with the power rule and we got this. And this is basically negative 1 over u. So integral of du over u to the 2 is negative 1 over u. But we have an extra negative here. So what the answer would be what? Would be 1 over u. So the integral equals to 1 over u. U originally is cosine. So the answer is 1 over cosine x. 1 over cosine is exactly secant. Same expression here. So let's summarize this story. Integral of dx over 1 minus sine x is tangent x plus secant x. And the method was this. We multiply numerator and denominator by 1 plus sine. We simplify and then we can find the answer. Similar integrals like that are these integrals that I am going to list here. What is integral of dx over 1 plus sine x, not 1 minus sine? For finding this integral, you are going to multiply the bottom and the top by 1 minus sine, and then you can continue from here. What about dx over 1 plus cosine or 1 minus cosine. You are going to multiply these by 1 minus cosine, 1 minus cosine, and same idea works here. And what about dx over 1 minus cosine? You can do the same thing. Multiply the top and the bottom by 1 plus cosine. And of course, for these two integral, there are other methods you can use, half angle identities also, or Weierstrass substitution. If you want to see how we can find this integral here with the Weierstrass method, watch my video with the title Weierstrass substitution for this integral. If you liked this video, please subscribe in my channel. And thank you so much for watching. See you in the next videos.